Now at 10 o'clock this morning, we are remembering a trailblazing politician whose impact in the Sunshine State led him to our nation's capital.
That's right. Bob Graham passed away yesterday, and now we're taking a look back at his lengthy career of public service. 7's Jordan Segundo live this morning in Miami Lakes with more on Graham's life and legacy. Jordan, good morning.
Good morning, Tavares and Alex. Well, Bob Graham will likely be known and remembered as one of Florida's most popular politicians, but he'll also be remembered as a visionary, a pioneer, as well as a devoted public servant who was a loving family man who worked until the very end. People love to call someone one of a kind, and when Bob Graham ran into the spotlight in 1978, the man few people had ever heard of would show he was indeed different.
Hello, Bob Graham.
Bob Graham had a unique idea to beat the odds and get elected governor of Florida and work a different job every day for 100 days.
One, it really changed me doing all those 100 jobs. I came out, I think, a genuine person, but a different person.
Among his jobs, fishing marijuana from the ocean for the Coast Guard, helping catch speeders with the Highway Patrol, carrying concrete, cleaning fish, breaking bread, even shoveling horse manure, and when he was younger, he would even sing.
Bob Graham, he's a cracker, be a Graham cracker backer.
It was something that caught on. You never can tell in politics when you try something different as to whether it'll sink you or sail you, and in this case, it sailed me.
And Bob Graham continued to sail through political water. After his 2 terms as governor, he was elected to the U.S. Senate 4 times and even took the time to run for president.
It is time to bring America back.
But whether running for office or serving in office, he never stopped those work days.
And today happens to be my 400th different job. Now that says something about my employment stability, that I can't hold a job very long.
But Bob Graham always held one position in Florida, a position of trust. People liked him, made him probably the most popular politician in Florida history, in part because he would always stop and listen to them.
And the family medical leave act didn't work for me.
After he stepped out of political office, he didn't stop listening or working to help America, turning his attention to the terrorists putting us all in danger.
Almost nothing has happened, either under the Clinton administration or under the Bush administration, to reform our ability to take on the terrorists.
Bob Graham, a man who was respected by his colleagues, admired by the voters. In a statement released Tuesday by his family, it says in part, quote, "We will never forget his love for us, the love he had for Florida, the United States, and the world, and the love so many people showed him. We thank God for the gift of his life." Upon hearing of Graham's passing, many sharing the impact he had on them. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava sharing in part, he was not only a great friend and mentor, but also a role model whose dedication to public service inspired so many. And the town of Miami Lakes, in which Graham helped to create, saying, "The community mourns the passing of Senator Bob Graham, a key member and figure of our town's history. His leadership and service will be celebrated long after his passing."
Well, I would hope people would say that he's a person that made a real effort to understand the people of Florida.
Now, one of Bob Graham's many legacies will include the vital role he had in the creation and development of the town of Miami Lakes, which is now a thriving suburban community right here in South Florida. Bob Graham passed away at home in Gainesville, surrounded by his family. He was 87 years old. Reporting live from Miami Lakes, Jordan Segundo, Today in Florida.